It's not often that Adidas have got it wrong over the last couple of years, but with the little sneaky preview of that Celtic top, Celtic fans have had mixed opinions about it. I'm going to read you some of them before we get into this morning's news. So obviously there's one person said getting excited. Oh, if is real shambles. No, probably the worst I've ever seen. Brutal. This is the top I got online. Worst thing I've ever seen in my life. It's like needing your eyesight checked. Ridiculous, horrific, absolutely mess. People at Adidas and Celtic need to have a word with themselves. It's a round neck or V-neck collar. I'm not even going to repeat that one. Who passes the quality control? Do you like it? But everyone will buy it. Don't like it, but everyone will buy it. Worst top ever. That's just some of the posts on one of the Celtic fan pages on Facebook. Let's move on to the Celtic Morning News. It is a horrible top, and we'll wait and see what it looks like in the flesh. Now, the big news this morning is Jeremy Frimpong looks as if he might be on his move, get a move to Manchester United for 35 million, which is fantastic for Celtic, because if it's to be believed, Celtic do have a 30% sell-on clause, which will mean another £10 million in the pockets of Celtic. Although there's nothing confirmed yet, there are other big names that are in for the player. Getting him for 35 million could end up being a bargain when you look at it like the Real Madrid, Barcelona and Man United that are all looking at him. So that would be fantastic for Celtic. Let's get on to Celtic players. Celtic defender Adam Montgomery is going to be in demand this summer, but the St Johnstone boss says he doesn't know if they'll be able to take him back or not. There's lots of eyes on Montgomery to see what happens with him this summer. It all depends whether Brendan Rodgers believes another loan is in the best interest of the player. I'm talking about players that could come to Celtic. Celtic move for, I would have loved to get this guy at Celtic, Yang Hyun-jun. Hey, anyway, that deal looks as if it's still in the balance, but Celtic are still continuing in the Asia market, even though Postecoglou has left. It's still looking at players over there. There's one report that I have to really, the big news really is all the Scottish media is saying that Reo Hatate is in line for a big move to a club that you would never actually think of, but it's in Saudi Arabia. But they're all saying that it's nearly in the bag. I've done a bit of digging this morning, and there is only one news network in that region of the world in Saudi that's coming up that are even mentioning it. So although a lot of the Scottish media are running with the story, there is only the one news network that is saying that he is close. I can't see it. If it does happen, I'm sure Brendan Rodgers would love to have him. The 25-year-old is in contract. He's got another 3 years of his contract at Celtic, but would a big money move tempt Celtic to sell him this summer? The ball's in Celtic court. I think if we want to progress in Europe, he is one of the players that would actually help us do that. It's good to keep him for another season and then maybe sell him. He is one that will attract big money. But will Celtic take the money and run? That is the thing. If it was Peter Lawwell that was still in charge, I would think yes. But the fact Mark Lawwell and the board, the current way that this team's, the backroom staff is set up, I think they might try and keep him. But you don't know. We don't know. It's all speculation. Obviously, the Scottish media are all over this. There is only the one paper news outlet over in Saudi Arabia that has come out with it. I know there's a couple of guys in Dubai that watch the channel, so maybe if they can give us a little heads up with that one. It's actually interesting because the company that invested in Newcastle United are heavily investing in the Saudi Pro League clubs also. Now there was one EPLindex.com. Never heard of this one before, but it came up this morning, and then they said that Postecoglou is basically leaving John Kennedy behind. I don't know. Anyway, I'm not even going to read it. I'll leave the link for you to read it and make up your own mind. That's it for the Celtic news this morning. There's not a lot kicking about. Barry Ferguson says that he can't see why Kyogo won't be at Tottenham, and he thinks that Brendan Rodgers needs to sell him for the budget. Oh, I might do another video about that later on. I can't really be doing with Barry Ferguson this morning and his nonsense. So on that note, have a great day, Celtic fans all around the world.
Lit. Roll up to the party, roll up, roll